What's up, dudes? Coming at you with another battery video. But I wouldn't be throwing another battery video at you guys if this wasn't something that is a little bit different and something I think is very cool. I'll get right down to it. This battery, the starting battery, you can use this battery right here on your outboard as a cranking battery. I think a lot of us already know that a lot of lithium batteries can't be used on your outboard. Most of your electric start outboards have a charging system on them to help charge your battery, like an alternator or a generator charges your car. Don't get me to lying to you guys. It's something to do with that charging system that don't mesh well with a lot of lithium batteries. I think it wants to overwork itself and gets hot and it could fry your charging system. So that's why for a long time everybody said make sure you don't use a lithium battery as your cranking battery. But technology has evolved and they are slowly starting to make these lithium iron phosphate batteries that you can use. They've changed the makeup of them. You can safely use them on your outboard. And it is kind of new, at least in my small corner of the world. I'm not seeing a whole lot of these. Redodo, who is the company that we are shouting out on this video, reached out to me, wanting to know if I would do a video. And I was like, man, I just did one not too long ago. And I was like, what's the chance that they actually have one for a cranking battery? So I said, do you have one that you can use as a cranking battery on an outboard? And they said, yes. We just came out with it. Pretty good timing. I just finished the low 1436, and it's going to be a perfect test for this little battery. All right, before we get to tinkering around with this battery, I'm going to go ahead and list off all the stuff that they have on their website about these batteries, all the numbers and stuff that a lot of you tech guys will probably really be into. So go ahead and get to that, and then we'll start fooling around with this battery and talking about why I think this is going to be a great fit for my boat and probably a lot of y'all's boats if you have a small boat too. All right, so what we have here is a 12 volt 20 amp hour lithium iron phosphate marine cranking battery from Redodo. And on their website it says they have unmatched cranking power. It delivers 650 amps, which is cold cranking amps, 810 marine cranking amps, perfectly compatible with fuel injected outboard motors up to 135 horsepower. Top grade automotive grade battery cells. Prismatic cells are more resistant to external shock and vibration than the soft cell packs of other starter batteries, providing stable performance and longer service life, making them ideal for marine use. Industry-leading structural design. High-strength metal fixation is used to restrict thermal expansion of the battery cells and extend battery life. All-around safe BMS. Equipped with a best-in-class battery management system for protection against overcharge, over-discharge, overcurrent, short circuits, and overheating. The low-temperature cutoff feature safeguards the battery by preventing charging below 0 degrees Celsius, which is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. The perfect alternative to lead-acid batteries. Compact group size, U1 size, 10 times longer life, and 50% weight reduction. We're going to test that out here in just a second. Super fast charging. Fully charged in 40 minutes with 30 amp current and supports up to 80 amps from an outboard's motor alternator for rapid replenishment. Versatile use. Ideal as a marine cranking battery. It also fits lawnmowers, but not recommended for cars or tractors. IP67 waterproof, dustproof, and salt spray proof. Built to withstand marine and humid environments. Certified quality. Meets ABYC standards. Undergoes professional testing and certification including UL 1973, FCC, CE, ROHS, and UN 38.3. And I know all you guys know about that UN 38.3. All right, so most of us are probably running a regular lead acid battery for our cranking battery in the back of our boat. If you're a tightwad like me, or frugal, however you want to look at it, good chance you might have you ever start. I like the 24 group size for, you know, these small John boats. I don't really feel like we need much more than that. I think I got a 24 group size on my 1756 G3. So these batteries aren't as heavy as your trolling motor batteries, but one key thing that stood out from what I read on their website, obviously, is the weight. Weight reduction in small boats is very, very key. If you've ever had a small boat, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're building a boat, you're adding all this extra weight to it. You're going to exceed what the boat is supposed to have. So you might have added some foam to it to help counteract that. But the less weight, the better your boat is going to perform on the water. And one of the heaviest things you're going to add to your boat is going to be your batteries. Another thing, if you got a tiller handle boat, like a small John boat like the one that we're going to be messing with today, so if you're facing your transom, I've always had the gas tank on the left, the battery on the right, and if you are right-handed, you're probably going to sit on the same side where your battery's at. So that's a lot of weight on that one end with you and your battery. I'm not really sure. Do left-handed people sit on the same side and just use your left hand to drive a boat? It might be easier for left-handed people to drive a boat, because I'm a righty and I feel like my left hand, I'm struggling just to do this right here with it. But anyhow, that's a lot of weight in the back of your boat, especially if you're over 200 pounds like me. And I've actually launched boats in the water before, and that side that's got a battery is actually dipping because of the weight of that battery, and that's minus me being in it. I feel like you can add a lot of stability to your boat and reduce a lot of weight. We're not just going to throw this battery on there. We're going to take the boat out today. We'll put it in the water and see if it corrected that tilt to the boat, and who knows, maybe whatever the weight reduction, it might gain a little bit of performance out of it too. So we'll test those things out. First off, I want to compare the weight of this battery versus the old lead acid that I had in it. All right, so we got 42.5 on the lead acid. I'm not even sure if this scale will pick up this little battery, to be honest with you guys. It won't, have to use a different scale. £9, 12 ounces for the Redodo battery. I feel like that's going to be very significant, not to mention all the other pluses that I read off from their website about these batteries. So what we're going to do now is throw this battery in the boat and hook up to the truck, head down the lake, and see how this battery does. I guess the summer isn't quite done with us here in West Tennessee just yet. It's freaking hot out there. But very happy with the little Redodo battery. Some of the results, I guess, out on the water were a little subjective, but I could literally tell by looking at it with my own eyes the difference in how that boat was sitting with the lead acid battery versus the little Redodo battery. Also, the mile per hour. If you watch the build of this boat, I've actually taken this boat out. This is the third time today. The first time it barely touched 25. Same thing the second time I took it out. Today it got to 25 and stayed there. Was it the battery? I mean, it's the only thing I've changed on the boat. Conditions were basically the same all three times I took it out. I can't swear it was the battery that got me to stay at 25 longer and quicker. You know, this weight reduction in a small boat might not seem like a lot, but when you're dealing with a small boat, kind of is a lot. So I'm sort of saying that it's that, but don't hold me to it. If you're going the lithium or lithium iron phosphate battery route, make sure you have a compatible charger. You can't use a regular car battery charger on these things. But I would feel bad if I told you guys to go check out these batteries, but that is a huge thing. You got to make sure you have the right charger when you're dealing with lithium and lithium iron phosphate batteries. But that being said, I really appreciate Redodo for giving me the opportunity to try out their batteries, and I hope I did them a little bit of justice. Seems to work really well. It helped my boat performance. It helped it sit in the water more level, and that's very important with these smaller John boats. I know I keep on repeating that, but I've dealt with these John boats, these small John boats, for a while now, and little things like that is very crucial. So hopefully some of you guys will be interested. Go check them out. I'll put a link down in the description. I did see the other day that they had a little promo going on for 8% off, so you can save some money. I'm not sure how long that promo is going on, so you might want to go ahead and check them out if you're very interested. So I will put a link to this exact battery down in the description. Really appreciate them once again, and I obviously appreciate you guys for watching this video. See you guys on the next one.